Alright guys, now let's go. I think we didn't. No, I know. I mean, last time we didn't read the orange part, right? Can someone read that for me, please? Tôi, read the one in the orange part. Yeah. Yes. So here, guys, in this unit, Unit 4, Travel and Transport, in this unit, you will learn how to study and compare two maps. Okay, that's writing task 1. Yeah, just like the one you see down here, we have two maps like that, right? And then what? Read your writing to check for spelling and grammatical errors. Improve the cohesion of your writing by organizing your ideas in a logical way. And then make your writing easier to understand by using cohesive devices. Cohesion, what does that mean, guys? Yeah, something like that. Yes, cohesion. I mean, like the link, the connection. Okay, like the logic. Yeah. We are talking about something like words, phrases, okay, that connect ideas together. Like something we might call them like linking words. You understand? Linking words or transitions, signals, something like that. For example, like when we say, for example, like I like online learning, it is cheap, many people use it, it has problems. That means that we are using 4 sentences, okay? But now if we use cohesion, we might say something like, oh, I like online learning because, okay, we use some linking words because it is cheap. As a result, many people use it. However, it still has some problems. You understand? Those are some linking words. That's what we call cohesion, or to put it simply, simple linking words. Yeah. Now, listen, exercise 1. Ngọc Anh, read that, please.
The box contains useful vocabulary for this type of text. Complete the labels on the maps now and 20 years ago with the correct word from the box.
Yes. In writing part 1, you may be asked to write about one or more maps. Normally you will see 2 maps like this, okay? One like now and the other one 20 years ago, or maybe 20 years later. You understand? Really depends. Now the box contains useful vocabulary for this type of task. Complete the labels on the maps now and 20 years ago with the correct word from the box. Now we can see, for example, number 1. Yeah, you can. Yeah, they're trying to show you all the words here. Now we need to learn how to call all of these things in the maps. They're very important for you when you do writing. Yeah. Now just go on with that. Have you finished? Yeah. Done. Yeah, we have some words here. Now number 1. Thing nghe, what's that?
Stadium.
Yeah, number 1, that is a stadium. Yeah, so you can see the word stadium right there. You can write there. Yeah, stadium. Number 2, shop.
Windmill.
Yeah, windmill. You can write right there, windmill. Yeah. Number 3, banana. Yeah, skyscraper. We see it right there. Okay. Number 4. Yeah, residential area. So we need to be able to recognize those things. Yeah. Residential area. That's why we need to get familiar with this, because to be honest, if I just look at all of these things at the beginning, for the first time I wouldn't recognize those. For example, like the orange bars, something like that. They're trying to draw houses, right? Yeah, I thought it should be something else. Okay, now we know this residential area. Yeah. All right, now number 5, we can see a road here with some cars, right? So what is number 5? Yeah, motorway. Number 6. What's that? East. Yeah, east. Seven, north, right? Okay, number 8 on the other side, right? Number 8. Fields. Okay, now number 9. Hills, yes. Ten.
Bridge.
Yeah, bridge. Okay. 11. River. Okay. 12. Farm. Then we have 13. Pond. Where's 14? Oh, okay, I can see it now. Okay, 14. Judge, yeah. Really? That's a judge? I have no idea that's a judge. Judge? It's, yeah, for Vietnamese people, it's, yeah, you know, many people go to temples. That's another religion. And judge, they go for another religion. Okay? It's also a place. If you know the temple, that church looks different, but the kind of thing is just quite similar. Yeah? 15. 15. West. Okay. And then 16. South. Okay. Good. Guys, please take 1 minute to read everything again, all of the words there. Okay, read that, and then you can ask your friends. Maybe you should challenge each other. You should say, what's this? What's that? Something like that. You should do it fast. It's very easy. Yeah, these things should go fast. Just make sure you get familiar with those symbols. To be honest, some of them, when I just look at that for the first time, I couldn't recognize what it was. And we need to know how to call them exactly, okay? Very important. And you see the campus there, we have east, north, west, south. So we know, okay, maybe on the, we can say that on the north of the map, we see what or something like that, okay? All right, done. Tip number 1. Thi Nga, read that.
Some of this vocabulary may already be labeled
Yes, some of this vocabulary may already be labeled on the maps in the exam. Yes, that means that when you see in the exam, if you see some maps like this, some of them may be labeled already. Maybe they point there and they say, oh, this is a residential area in case we cannot recognize it. Okay, but they won't mark everyone or they won't mark everything like that. Okay, just some of them, not everything, but at least it's very helpful. Alright, now let's move on to the next exercise, practicing reading maps. Exercise 2. Self-read that.
Finish both maps of the island now 20 years ago and discuss these two questions with a partner.
Yes, study both maps of the island now and 20 years ago and discuss these two questions with a partner. Which features have changed? For example, in most houses, more houses have been built, right? And which features have remained the same? Very important. You need to be able to recognize that. Yeah. We can say, oh, this one has been replaced by something else or something like that, or we have more houses here. But remember, we don't say we have or we do, something like that. Okay. Normally, to describe this, we use the passive form. All right, guys. We don't use some words like some sentences like, oh, I see from the right side or left side, I see this one, I see that one. No, this is not flyers or whatever. Okay, it's not starters, movers, flyers. We are trying to describe maps at the high level. Okay, we need to use the passive form. Okay, now please do it.
Can we say one?
Hmm?
Can we say one sentence?
Yes. For example, like when you look at the now map, you see a motorway, right? A motorway. Where is that? Yeah, in the middle or in the center of the city, right? So we can say something like a motorway has been built through the center of the island. Okay? And how about a hospital? You see the a hospital? Yeah, they don't mention it here, right? They don't mention it here, but at least you can recognize that a hospital. Where is that?
In the east.
Yes, a hospital has been built in the east of the island. Something like that. So you try to say something. Try to mention as many things or as many points as possible. Okay? Yeah? And then first of all you can describe that one, what you see there, and then you say what has changed and what features or which features have remained the same. I mean unchanged. Okay? 20 years ago and now. Now and 20 years ago. 20 years ago we almost see nothing, right? On the island we almost see nothing there. Just we still have a farm there, but those are the things remain. Now please talk, discuss. Toy, you can go with Sub and the other three. Go. Look at the maps. Try to say as much as possible. Yeah, it's very normal when you ask something like what is that thing? Okay. Yeah, you can guess. You can guess.
Which resource over 20 years ago we don't have some factories there, but now there's some and the farm fields stay the same.
Stop, raise your hand.
And we have the
Stop.
and there's
Sit straight.
windmill fields stay the same too.
What? We have some. You don't care. You just talk about whatever you can see, recognize, easily recognize. Of course, you don't have to describe everything there. You just take the main things, right? To describe. For example, like 20 years ago, we can still see there was a farm there, and the farm has been remained the same, right? The farm, and also we have the pond and the church. Yeah, the farm and fields have remained the same. The church and the pond, yeah, the church and the pond near the residential area have remained the same, right? And we have something changes, so you can talk. First of all, you can talk about the new things, because 20 years ago, of course, you see less things there, and now you must see more things there, right? Go on, keep talking. What? Yeah.
We don't have.
A motorway has been built in the
Like we
center
don't have
of
anything.
the island. What else? What else did you say?
Anything in there. But now it's
Okay. Yes. What else?
and
They have a
in
new
the
stadium there. See?
and in 20
Yeah. And they have more houses in the residential area. See? More buildings here, more skyscrapers. The beach stay the same. I think the beach, right? The beach stay the same. Desert. The beach is very small.
many cars and
Okay.
transport.
Yeah. And how is this? What's this?
In the past,
Yeah. Yeah. Castle. Is that castle?
Anything,
No?
but
Manufacturer?
it has built
Yeah. A factory there.
big hospital in there.
Something like that. Okay, just keep talking. Whatever you
And
say.
it
Not that much.
hospital have many.
Story will say one point, you say another point. Okay? Then you mention something change.
Near hospital have a car park too.
Also many skyscrapers
And in front of the hospital. In the past.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Stop your turn.
And in front of this.
Go on.
In the past, it's
Your turn.
only it just have the trees.
Now talk.
But now it have raised skies.
Talk about
and
this.
here the sky.
Oh,
It have many
how about
houses
something different?
have been built. And residential area.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
And in the north wing is the factory. But 20 years ago it did not have any factories here.
Yeah.
And the trunk, the pond,
Something else?
hill, windmill, the bridge, a river, farm, and the fields is
Okay, now what
sand
remained the same?
vast.
Okay, guys, now let's move on to exercise 3. Yeah, think about your own town. What changes have taken place over the last 10 years? Write sentences using some of the verbs in the box, like modernized, replaced, expanded, increased, knocked down, built, renovated, developed. For example, over the last 10 years, small shops and residential areas have been built in my area. Yeah? Discuss your notes with a partner. Are your sentences similar or different? Alright? Now please write. Try to use all of the words there. Write sentences using some of the verbs in the box. Try to use all of them. Yeah?
Knock down, what does that mean?
Like destroy. Yeah? What? Renovated. That means like become like improve, like become much better. Yeah. Now write them all. Modernized, replaced, expanded, increased, knocked down, built, renovated, developed. Over the last 10 years, more shops and residential areas have been built in my area. Okay? Hmm? All of them. They have just used the word built, see? Yeah, over the last 10 years, what have been built in your area, what have been replaced in your area, what have been expanded in your area, okay, what have been knocked down, renovated or developed or modernized in your area. Now write them all there, think about it. You have to use your imagination. Nó viết cái bài last 10 years rồi thì nó mới 8 years nào chưa biết last 10 years sao gì. You have to use your imagination. Like last 8 years, what you saw? What is? You have to use your imagination. Yeah, it's a lot of things. More houses. More houses. More roads. Things like that. Right. Các bạn tập viết thì viết càng nhiều càng tốt. Ở đây các bạn thấy người ta dùng thì present perfect, right? Các bạn cố gắng viết rất nhiều câu, dùng tất cả những cái verb ở đó. Think. Some right action. Over the last 10 years, what has been changed? keep on writing.
Yes, sir, I can just write one sentence. Now again.
Right. Finished. One more. Yes, more. More. You have to use the present perfect tense. You don't say more factories developed. Here you say more factories have been developed. No? There are more factories developed. No? More factories have been. Remove this. Remove there are. Okay. So more factory plural form. IES not Y. Okay. More factory have been developed. Have been something like knocked down. You see anything as a knocked down something? Replaced? Expanded? So you think about the whole Ho Chi Minh City, not just about the area where you live. The whole Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah, they say think about your own town. So you have to think about Ho Chi Minh City. Think bigger, then you have more things to say. Go. Something new. More rows. Okay guys, now let's hear some of your sentences, okay? And then we can learn from each other. Quỳnh Anh, go. 2 sentences, okay? Give me 2 sentences.
Over the last 10 years, more skyscrapers and residential area have been expanded in my area.
Okay. One more.
And the fields have been replaced and many buildings have been developed.
Okay. Nào tôi
Over the last 10 years, many manufacturers have been modernized. The number of houses and skyscrapers have been increased in my area.
Okay. Ngọc Anh.
Over the last 10 years, resident areas and motorway in my area have been renovated.
Okay.
And more house and skyscraper have been built.
Okay. Thiên Nga.
Over the last 10 years, roads and highways have been expanded for many vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel has been renovated and redecorated.
Okay. Stop. Just read your sentence. Just read that fast. Yeah, read that. Okay. Now let's move on. For this task, it is important to use preposition or place appropriately. Do you understand prepositions or place? Something like next to, very close to, yeah, in, near, on, something like that, in the north, something like that. Now let's move on to the next one, grammatical accuracy. Exercise 4. Read the sample answer and correct the errors that you find. There are 5 spelling mistakes and 5 wrongly used tenses. Okay, read that. And you can underline and then you can fix them if you're confident enough. Yeah. We have 5 spelling mistakes here and 5 wrongly used tenses. So 5 tenses and 5 spelling mistakes. Do it. Oh, they say exercise 5, write the arrows and your corrections for something else. Just look, that's why you have to look. Hmm? Tenses like the simple present tense, simple past tense, yeah, present perfect tense, things like that. Read carefully. So for example, line number 2. Line number 2, do you see the word dramatically? Yeah, it's wrong. How can you fix that? You try it naturally and then you will see. Right in your notebook. How you write it and then you look at that again, you will recognize the difference. Guys finished? 5 words. Yes? What's the first one? Grammatically, right? So island, we know that we fixed already. Now grammatically, we have to double L. Yeah. Okay, grammatically. Double L. Fix that. What else?
Shrimp.
Yeah, through. So how can we fix that?
Throw.
Yeah, how do you spell that? Yeah. Okay, through. Like that. What's next? Doing. Tell me. Yeah, significantly. The last paragraph, line number 1. Okay. Significantly. Okay, like this. Ngọc, and the last one?
I think it's
No. Nga.
Facility.
Yeah. Facilities is wrong. The last line, say that. Facilities. Facilities. Fix that. You don't need to write the wrong one anymore. You just underline them and then you write the right ones there. That should be okay. Okay? Yeah? Underline them all. Dramatically. Line number 2, the first paragraph. Right? Did you find all of them? Okay. Now, tenses. Have you finished?
No, not even one.
Okay. Think. Read carefully. For example, like the first one, the first line, read that and tell me what's wrong. What?
It is evident that this
Yeah. So? It is evident is wrong.
No,
That this island is wrong. No, that one is correct.
I think this island change is wrong.
Why?
I think this island has been changed.
Yeah, you recognize that we need to use the present perfect tense, right? Yeah, but we don't say has been changed, we just say has changed. Yeah, the first line, looking at the two maps, it is evident that this island changed dramatically in the last 20 years. In the last 20 years, we want to use the present perfect tense. So we use has changed, not changed, because it is changing. Okay, somewhere from the past, like 20 years ago, and up until now, or very close to now, it is still changing. So that's why we need to use the present perfect tense. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can write the tense you want. So the last one is the simple past tense, and the other one is the present perfect tense if you want to. Now, next one. What else? Yeah, line number three. Line number three, right? A motorway has been building through the center. Line number three. Do you see that? Yeah, has been built. So do you see that? First paragraph, line number three. So you can underline that has been building. Okay. And then it must be has been built. Okay. Yeah, they are correct in terms of tense. That means that they use the present perfect tense, but they're wrong in terms of the passive form. Yeah, a motorway has been built through the center. Next one. What else? Line number three. Line number three. What else, guys? Line number four. Which paragraph? The first paragraph. Line number four. This divides the existing farm from a newly built hotel. Which one? Which one? Where? This divides the existing farm from has been built. No. From a newly has been built. No, we don't use the verb like that. First of all, you have to look for the subject and then the main verb. Okay? The subject and the main verb. And when you change the tense of the main verb, that means you change the tense of the sentence. We don't jump right in somewhere in the middle and then you change anything there. It doesn't change the tense of the sentence. What else? What else, guys?
Last line of paragraph 1.
Mm-hmm.
Remain
Remain.
to
You change remain to have remained. The just, upon, and however still have remained the same as they always were. Yeah, normally we may change that, but here because of the rest, they say that the same as they were, always were. So now we want to say, oh, the present of that one is just the same as in the past. So the other one they said in the past, so now we need to use the simple present tense. This part is the present tense. I mean, we compare the now map and the one they say that as they always were, there is the past map. Okay, the past map, so they use the simple past tense, and this one we use the simple present tense to say that okay, the present thing is just the same. Okay, so we use the simple present tense there. The just and upon, however, still remain the same as they always were, so it's correct. What else? Now paragraph 2. Be careful with some kind of passive, guys, because the hospital or something cannot build themselves, right? Look for them. Roads cannot build themselves, or skyscrapers or something cannot build themselves. So which one? Like paragraph 2. Line number 3, right? In the east of the island, a large hospital has built. No, it cannot build itself, right? So what? Has been built. Okay? So has built become has been built. Yeah? Opposite straight. What else? We need 2 more. Last paragraph. Yeah, has being is wrong. We don't have anything like has being, right? Overall, the island has been developed. No. So how can we change this? How can we fix this? Has been developed, yes. Okay, so has been developed is wrong. We replace that with has been developed. Okay? Now, one more. What? Yeah, was occurred. Yeah, it doesn't make it sounds strange, right? Was occurred. What is that? Right? This development was occurred. No. So, how can we fix this? What? No, not in occurred. No. Is occurred? No, we just the same. We don't say, oh, that one is occurred, was occurred. No. Has occurred. This development has occurred. In both the south and north of the island. So you see a very short essay like this, a very short sample answer like this, and we have 10 mistakes. Imagine if you don't recognize all of them, that means that you may possibly, yeah, make the same mistakes. So read them carefully, guys. Read them carefully. Looking at the two maps, it is evident that, okay, we can use that, okay? Looking at the two maps, it is evident that this island, what, has changed. You can write something like that, right there, yeah, has changed dramatically in the last 20 years, okay? Guys, or you can, I think it's much better if you take your time. Maybe now we don't have enough time, but next time you take your time, you rewrite this one. You can write kind of similar, but you rewrite this one and with the right things, okay? With the right tense and the right words yourself. So you that is the first step for learning how to describe the differences between two maps. Yeah. Next time we need more time for this. Also, this one is a little bit short, right? We need to improve a little bit to make it a little bit longer, a little bit short. But basically, it's just like that. Looking at the two maps, it is evident that this island has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. There has been a great deal of development in the south of the island. A motorway has been built through the center. Next time I think we need to analyze this one again to see the tense, all of the tenses here, to understand why we need to use those particular types of tenses. Okay, because here I see they use some simple present tense, present perfect tense quite a lot, and you need to explain why they have to do like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, we have another exercise down there, and they ask which tense is mainly used here and why is this tense used. Okay, just exactly what we want to do. Okay, all right, guys. So that's it for our lesson today.